It's going to rise in groups. We've given you some of our thoughts, but use the hashtag H2KWin or EDG win, and we'll see who you think has the edge in this particular matchup. Going to be tough. EDG likely coming at least somewhat favored, but H2K, a team that can certainly bring it. And if they're going to bring it, it's going to be nice and bloody in the early game.
Definitely agree. That, especially that bottom lane matchup that you're talking to.
So, never mind the lane.
Going straight forward.
We have a big invade. 5v5. Is this going to happen? No vision here. They're actually got spotted at me. Huge jump there onto Lulex. Amazing J though gets absolutely mashed by all the damage. Clearlove going to get a knockoff on the Cassine. They're going to keep running his depth. He's hopping. He doesn't have that much damage, but he's going to try. Flashes burn. First blood to Mako. Ryu now. He's in trouble. That's going to force the flash out as well. Hyanan going to keep moving in, and Pawn does get slowed. They are going to still run Pawn. He flashes with the E. Ryu barely lives as Hyanan now caught out in the top left there of the map. Ryu is going to keep going. Clearlove flashes for it. He wants the last kill. Amazing J not in range, and it's just one.
Pretty much everybody blowing their flash on both sides except for Lulex. There's only one flash.
Hyanan flash.
Okay, Hyanan. But man,
8 flashes
get off a lot of bursts, but Annie landing the stun really interrupts that and messes with the timing of your trade.
Ooh, look at Lulex here.
Going aggressive. Clearlove actually may be forced out here. Good whap there by Gragas. But the Wolf helping out just a little. Clearlove gets away safely.
I mean, really not getting the Wolf on the invade. Then that as well. These small things add up, Crepo.
The collective sound of all the junglers in the crowd crying. No ignite here on Pawn. Luckily for Ryu, that's the flash.
Yeah, nice aggression there from Pawn, but couldn't quite finish it. Little low on mana, but starting to turn the matchup a bit. This Dragon fight.
Yeah, it is so crucial to get some extra 80 damage on that Tristana if you really want to burst out Deft in a couple of stuns, and I don't see any realm of possibility where they win the 2v2, so pressure in bot lane from EDG, pressure in the mid lane now from some really nice trades from Pawn from EDG, so everything going their way.
Yeah, for H2K on their side though, at least, you know, Odoamne was getting pressure on top side. He would shove up, and then he came down just a second before to try and help Lulex here. They saw this invade coming, they're trying to collapse on Clearlove.
Clearlove got the blue though now. Pawn's here, he's got the Rift Walk in. Gonna go in for Lulex. Ryu ults himself, but Clearlove flashes in for the Umbaro. Great cast, getting ignites good. Ryu's gonna get it, but Pawn is still chasing. Odoamne, he's come down. Pawn's barely gonna live as Odoamne challenges him and wins. Now Amazing J gonna chase himself down.
And the ultimate there from Odoamne fully healed Ryu. He's coming in to back him up.
Amazing
There's no way he can get away.
The slows there as well, just on the edge. Ryu's going to go for it. Odoamne claims the kill.
The #1 point we said for H2K, protecting Lulex's jungle. They did it here. The early collapse there. Odoamne having shoving the lane.
Finished on Odoamne, so he's now 2-0-0. If you get the lead in any of these Juggernaut matchups, it tilts so far in one of the people's favor. Either you push and roll, but Lulex
in trouble, gets bursted down. Clearlove cleans up an easy one.
So dangerous to go by yourself here, trying to ward, and EDG catch him out. 3-man, they do not hesitate to burn everything. That's going to be Dragon as well. So very quickly after the single win there from H2K, and EDG strike back.
Oh, now Pawn actually chasing out Ryu. Not quite enough to finish it, but going to pressure him away as EDG do take Dragon #1.
They ward on their own. They may be in the vicinity of each other, whether it's Lulex and Cassine, but they don't really synergize well. They don't back each other up, and that's exactly what you need. Now we see Odoamne.
Nice play. Does pop the ulti. Amazing J going to pull him in for it. Odoamne, can he outplay the dunk? It's good. Repulsed and manages to live.
Clutch riposte right there from Odoamne. Farm a bit more efficiently than Lulex in the early stages when they were, you know, moving around top. He got an early sight zone here, and the Ninja Tabby actually very effective. He's going in.
Get collapse here onto Cassine. Knockup's going to be there from the Fates Call. Mako does line up the stun. Unbreakable. Not enough. Deft is going to get the kill. And now actually the chase on Lulex could be in trouble. Ulti used. And they'll clear the pink ward.
This is exactly what we thought.
Clearlove and Mako work so well together. Plus, Clearlove is really using the Void Rush for more uptime on the map. Ryu here just gets soloed.
Polly's there. Wildgrowth comes out as well. Pawn has to flash. Rift walks away. Teleport's been used. But here's the follow from Amazing J. He wants to dunk, but he's been challenged by Fiora. Odoamne gonna run it as Hyanan goes through. Huge double upper hand. Flushes out of the way. Clearlove's here as well. He's popped in with the ulti. And now Mako flash ult max range damage. Odoamne goes down to Amazing J. And Hyanan, he will continue the chase. Clearlove, hungry for blood. He has his flash. He uses it straight onto Hyanan. The ult there from Braum. Sorry, the Q from Braum, not enough. And they'll keep chasing Hyanan. He needs the rocket jump up. But he's going to get it. Clearlove will chase. Can he get the kill? He will.
And that's going to mean some extra time in here.
0.6, 0.7 of that, so really getting farmed up his Rod of Ages stacking. Look at the damage already on Ryu. Ryu is forced to ulti, but Pawn, he makes it out alive.
Yeah, so Pawn able to get a lot of damage done, and then the flash Riftwalk, as you said, to evade Odoamne, even though Odoamne got the first teleport into the fight.
And then that jump from Hjarnan barely does it, so Amazing J Amazing flashed out, and obviously the turret zoning out in that fight makes Hjarnan's life so rough. And then Mako again, flash Tibbers, that is bread and butter when he plays Annie. For me, whenever Mako picks Annie, I have this vision of a 4-man Tibber stun. That's what he really excels at later in the game, and hopefully we'll get to see more of that.
Yeah, Quilov able to get right in there and get the knockup as on Hjarnan to stop him as well. And as you know, he ends with a build there from Hjarnan. A traditional, Infinity Edge rush AD carry. Being behind versus the Kalista is just so frustrating for H2K right now.
Tibbers is down. Lulex is in trouble. Does die to Pawn. Now going to keep running. No, do they want the dive? The stun does not hit EDG. Just going to shove mid instead.
Top lane outer turret is still standing.
You can see the items, honestly, for both sides starting to come out. We've got the Hydro down for Odoamne, but the Black Cleaver there. I think we're just going to have a fight. Odoamne does pop the ulti, but Clearlove is here. They are going to come in, but I don't know if it's enough. He'll get pulled back in. The teleport from Pawn. Amazing Day. Already too low. Heal does go up. He hits the vitals, but he does die as Odoamne dashes back in. There'll be a trade. There are now Ryu caught out in the top side. Kasing trying to make it happen. Lulex here, but Mako and Def already up. Collapsing so well are EDG as they'll keep running through. Fate's called down. Double Tibber stun. Def gets the neck till Clearlove finds the knockup. Hjarnan coming in, but he doesn't have enough damage. They'll keep diving straight through. Great buster shot from Hjarnan to save it, but Def hopping man around the turrets, and they're still going. EDG, they want the last. They will not get it.
Deft hops out the tower.
Oh my God. Engage from Deft and Mako, where he uses the Kalista ultimate right into All right, we'll take a look at it here, because Odoamne does do a good job chunking down the vitals. He's going to actually proc the healing, and that's almost enough because Ryu made the first roam, but again, teleport from Pawn, he's there as well.
Yeah, if he could have just killed Amazing J immediately, use that Q on Pawn, maybe the fight could get different. But look at your minimap. Deft and Mako are already zoning Hjarnan, so he's taking the long route around, and then look at him, throw in your Tibbers, your Annie, then throw the Tibbers, Ryu gets stunned, so beautiful 1-2 combo every time by EDG here.
Then everybody thinks Deft is dead here with that. After just getting the Phoenix Codex for cooldown reduction, went straight into the Zonias. That allows you to go extremely aggressive in the team fights because you don't have to wait for the Rift Walk while taking damage. Up at top, though, another duel.
Nice bait, actually, by Amazing J. He knows his team is coming. Odoamne goes a little too far, perhaps, but the team is running around the wrong side. Def going to start to hop off the Krugs, but Odoamne looks to be safe.
That was actually a good reaction by Odoamne. The second he heard Rek'Sai scream, he knew that he was getting collapsed upon, especially since mid lane was entirely dark. And then the safest path is actually charging at your closest enemy. That's how you beat flanks, you collapse on them. But Ryu is caught in the mid lane.
Collapsed anyway. Pawn getting aggressive. Clearlove trying to line up a knockup. He does have his flash. Look for him to use it as Pawn now. Going to move in. They'll get the knockup. They'll chase Kasing. He's not dead. Mako, yes, will pick the kill up. Just barely, though.
Yeah, that entire act right there from H2K was just every man for himself. Try and get out alive because Hjarnan's not there. There's nowhere he can make it. He's just trying to push as hard as he can while EDG are going to take this Baron. I don't think H2K should even get close because there it is.
Oh my God, they've gone in onto Ryu. Damage out there. Q will land from Pawn, and it's an EDG special. They get one pick straight to Baron.
Yeah, I don't know what you're going to do there for H2K. They already had lost one member. Now it looks like they're losing another.
Throwing Mako.
They got him off Baron, though.
They did. Odoamne, nice moves there as Pawn's trying to chase Lulex. He has caught him. As we move back in, Deft going to get the arrows out there. Slow is good. Pawn will collect it.
Yeah, they do want a bit more crit chance from Hjarnan. Here comes the teleport.
Yeah, Pawn actually flanking in now. Goes straight in onto Hjarnan. Knows what he wants. Going to look for a wild growth. Is burnt. Mako does land the stun. Hjarnan not going to live as Mako picks up his third kill. And now EDG going to do exactly what they do at this time. Run straight to Baron. H2K have two bad choices now.
Yeah, and this is the way you play the Vision game. Stun here on Lulex.
Pawn back in. Lulex knocked up there. Oh, Bromot from Kasing will not save his teammate Pawn. Gonna keep jumping back in. They'll just chase here as Kasing gets mowed down by Kassadin.
EDG's just leaving poor choices for H2K. What do you want? Face check and die, or face check and lose, or don't face check and lose Baron? And these compositions become in very, very peril territory.
Yeah, I mean, we can touch on the builds. The massive extra gold definitely helps out a lot for EDG. They're going to just bully this turret
Clearlove
down.
actually stunned. He's taking a lot of damage, but they take the turret. Clearlove will still live. Odo and Amazing J having a brawl on the backside. Def will get a kill, though, onto Gragas. They'll take the tower, take the kill. That's all the tier 2 turrets dead now.
Experience and gold and got to the early sight zone. It's a domino effect. Ryu.
Someone's in trouble. It's Ryu. Mako does stun him up there. Ryu's already used his flash. Def going to keep hopping away. Amazing J's the next one. Doesn't even need the dunk.
Thank you very much.
Def says, Mako, I choose you. I want to kill here, but goes on Amazing J in the end.
So long that the wards actually time out on the map, so they don't even have to run around searching for the wards and trying to clear them, and then they could just starve them out.
And that is some way of how we've been tracking these teams. Hang on, we'll get to that stat later.
Pawn 1v2, ulted by Odo Amne. Who's down here? Zakyanan as well. Pawn already popped the Zhonya's Brawn Pressive on him. He's going to try and get out of it. Ripwalk after the flash. Needs a stun. Does land it. Walk is there. Get a Ripwalk again. Bloom up, making this so hard. Ryu's dead on the other side of the map. And Pawn, he looks to make the greatest. Pawn pops a teleport. It's not enough to shut down out of Kissing.
Efficiency with Baron. Call that the Baron power play. Let's see how Ryu meets his demise here against Amazing J.
Brush trick of their own for EDG. Amazing J with the one-man Fnatic brush.
That was so much damage. They're out on the court. They are just going to move in and try and finish this the easy way.
Keep your eyes on Mako.
Always. He does love to get aggressive, him and Clearlove. We talked about that synergy. They'll do everything, including flashing straight at the enemy AD carry. H2K have already given this inhibitor. I don't know if they can even stop this.
I mean, this is a mental forfeit right here. Instead of typing /FF, they're just letting them finish.
Yeah, Kissing now going to get aggressed on that. Damage is massive. Wild growth, not nearly enough to save it as Def picks up his 6th kill.
I like how H2K have such a good attitude, though. Kissing smiling, spamming his emote as he charges in there.
You can see some flashes being burnt. EDG will take out the remaining turret to get on the Nexus. They do want some more kills. Mako went straight into the fountain on that one. And Deft is still firing away. Odo Amne will challenge Deft to a duel. Can he win it? Won't matter as the Nexus explodes at EDG. A very clean win to stay undefeated after 2 games.
Number 2.
Tomorrow, my friend, tomorrow. First game.
Going to be a massive game for sure. We've seen both SKT and EDG stay undefeated in this group. They're expected to come out, out of this group as the top 2 teams. I guess the only question is which order, and we're at least going to get a glimpse at it tomorrow once they do take to the Rift. But EDG, another strong win, very similar comp. Don't show too much here, and they'll pick up another win for themselves.
And Odo Amne involved in 4 out of H2K's 5 kills. 1 kill that I believe he wasn't involved in was that